for a product for like iPhone, like let's say you have a iPhone Pro Max or like a Samsung Galaxy like S23 Ultra or something like that. Like basically, it's like a cover for the phone. Like it protects it, but like after like unfolding it's like it's like basically a Bluetooth controller that like as a gamer like if I want to like play games on my phone, like obviously like my number one choice would almost for fighting games would almost certainly be PlayStation. I forgot I can't say that word. I have to say PS. Um, that would be dope. Like especially for a guy like me that really likes to game any chance I get. Like I might not be like by my console or something like that, but I'll still want to play some Third Strike. I'll still want to play some Street Fighter 4, Ultra Street Fighter 4. I still want to play the original Street Fighter 4, which I thought was the best one. When they added the red focus attack, I thought they ruined Street Fighter 4 in my opinion. I thought it was perfect without it. Once they added red focus, I thought the game became, it took away the true strategy of the game in a way. I thought. You get what I'm saying? Like there was people like literally like fake parrying, focus attack, someone's whole super. I mean their whole ultra. Anyway, no, but I really hope that there's a company that like I would love to capitalize on it, but I just don't know how to actually build that. You know what I'm saying? But like I think it's a great idea. Like the fact that you just don't have to bring your PlayStation controller. Like if it was good enough quality that you could just like kind of unfold it. You know what I'm saying? Like the cover covers the whole Pro Max. You know what I'm saying? It snaps into place like underneath and it like holds on very well. But like, you could unfold it and it's like having like you get what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Like it's a dope controller underneath, like but like it's legitimately protecting your phone. But this is where it gets even more interesting is that I think I'm already sold on the product because I don't think any company has ever done that before. To be honest, um, you get what I'm saying? Like the Razer Kishi is a brilliant idea, but it's not like designed with like protecting the phone. Also, like if Razer Kishi designed something similar, that of like more like what I just said, where they kind of narrowed it down and like it really protected your phone like an OtterBox. I think like everyone would buy that phone case instead, because I think a lot of people would take advantage of like Apple Arcade if it wasn't so ridiculously like not to say it like that, but it's like it's a little goofy in my opinion. Like if you pull that shit out at the mall and shit, I feel like when you have your PlayStation 5 controller with you at the mall, it's like you'll never really get to enjoy it like that. But like I feel like if I had my like phone cover that was already protecting my phone, and I already had everything I kind of needed, and it wasn't all like, oh I gotta bring my PlayStation 5 controller with me too. Like that's a bit complex, I would say. Like I don't necessarily care what anyone like really thinks of my who I am out there, but I just personally think like if it was just a cover that just kind of like snapped into place like around your phone and really protected it, but like really was an actual good Bluetooth controller, or like even better if you could actually plug it in directly to the Type C port. But honestly, I just don't recommend that. I've been playing a lot of my matches in Street Fighter 5 on Bluetooth controllers, and like I really haven't noticed much of a difference. I also would like to see Sony PlayStation give the option of buying a wired controller. Like I honestly, I know they say that like it's like, if you plug it in through the type, whatever, whatever the plug is that they use now. I don't even know. Like it's not the same. You get what I'm saying? Like they say like a wire controller is actually better than a Bluetooth controller, but you know, I would really love to see that because for iPhone that would be dope. If Razer Kishi did something like that instead, I think it would sell even more. Like if they really condensed it, if you know what I mean by like that. It doesn't necessarily have to unfold at the middle. It can kind of close over like a book, but like you know what I'm saying? Like it also snaps around in the back, like to really defend it. You know, I just thought of that right now because I look at my phone and I'm like, dude, I could be playing Third Strike on there if Capcom just released, you know, Street Fighter 30-year anniversary officially on the Google Play Store and officially on the Apple, you know, iOS. You know, that would be awesome. I'm not going to deny that. But like, I would go even further than that, and I would release like the Arcade 1-Up Marvel vs. Capcom collection on Google Play and Apple. Like on a cell phone, believe me when I tell you, on a cell phone, if you put Bluetooth connectivity on there, you will have dudes that you didn't even know played fighting games playing that shit. Like if you release Mortal Kombat Trilogy and Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection, like even the NBA Jam that ran on PlayStation 3, I think could run on cell phones. Like that's a go-to game right there on a cell phone, NBA Jam. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's a classic right there. That's a classic for sure. I'm still waiting for them to redo Road Rash. I'm gonna keep bringing that up, but yeah, no, I just thought of that idea for a product right now. Like I've never seen any of them in the market other than like something similar to like that Razer Kishi thing that everyone keeps saying is like amazing. I've never personally used one. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so hooked on the PlayStation 5 controller. I would love to see Xbox release a controller that you could talk to as well. You know, they've already accomplished that on PC, so it's like you kind of already designed the infrastructure for it. All you got to do is make a controller that's compatible with it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I believe they could do it. Do if anyone could do it, you know, Microsoft could do it for sure. And I was also thinking it would be interesting. I don't really care who makes the gaming phone at all, but I was thinking it would be extremely interesting, though I highly doubt it. If like Microsoft made the gaming phone, I think they would also do an amazing job with it. You know, especially if they utilize something like what I said, where like the cover of the phone also is the controller of the phone. So that not only are you not worried about breaking your phone, now you have your controller with you at all time, which is the main reason you got the phone. And like, in my opinion, like they don't necessarily have to be like, oh, it has to be PlayStation 5 graphics in the palm of your hand. No, it could be like Xbox 360 graphics in the palm of your hand. But let us as fans still be able to like play each other at any time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if we're connected online, we could be able to play Gears all online. That would be the ultimate, like in public, you know, in mobile entertainment. That would be phenomenal. If I saw Gears of War 1, 2, and 3 that I could bring with me at all times, and people could bring back, like, let's say for example, Call of Duty remastered 1 and 2, which for me were like the best Call of Duties of all time, no doubt about it. I thought it got a little bit over the like it was a little ridiculous, but it was still a lot of fun. In Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, when people got the nuke and stuff like that, I thought that was like really ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But like, there were people that were honestly good enough to get it. I was never good enough to get it. Uh, you know, not because I didn't have the talent, but because you know, to win, to get that kind of you know, achievement, you have to play a team game. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't play much of a team game. I just ran out there like Rambo and tried to have fun. So a lot of times, either I'm really the reason why we won, or I'm really the reason why we lost. There's no in between for me in Call of Duty. Like, either I'm responsible for the loss or the win. You know, it's there's no. This is why it's better that I just don't even play the game. Because I think I'm just holding talented players back from believing in themselves. What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's a great idea for a product. You know, I wish I knew like designers that would like actually make it a reality. You know what I'm saying? Because I would love to see Microsoft do it. If PlayStation did it, I would fall in love with the PlayStation phone altogether. Like I said, it doesn't have to be PlayStation 5 quality graphics. I mean, if it was like PlayStation 2 quality graphics and we could still play online against each other, like I'm still having fun with it. And I'm still thinking it's dope. But I hope they add a lot of options and variety for like a guy like me. You know, I really want that 30-year Street Fighter 30-year anniversary collection at all times. I want that Capcom fighting collection at all times, no doubt about it. Just for Pocket Fighter. You know, I love that Super Puzzle Fighter as well. I thought that was actually the hardest Street Fighter game of all time. No doubt about it, because it had nothing to do with my talent in the game. It had everything to do with, like, are you quick enough to build a real big gem? It's basically like Tetris, but made by Capcom. Like, it's like, in the middle of the screen, you can see your characters fighting each other, but they only fight if you're doing, like, amazing Tetris stuff. So, like, if you make a real big gem and then you break it, you know, it completely piles your opponent's side with, like, a lot of trash. And that trash can become gold as well, but, like, it has a timer to it. Like, it might be 5 moves. Like, in 5 moves, it will turn from something that's completely unusable for you as a player to turning into something that might even combine with a gem. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the whole premise of the game. It's like a Tetris puzzle fighting game. But I thought that was one of the best games for cell phones. That game has to be released on cell phones, officially by Capcom. Anyone who does not understand that game is someone I don't want to communicate with in life anyway. Because the game is phenomenal, especially the HD remix that you did of it recently. I thought that was the perfect kind of game that you could put on cell phones altogether. Like, I don't understand. If someone was like, I can't play this game, I'm not good at fighting games, this is way different. But it's still Street Fighter, you know what I mean? Like, the characters are obviously from Street Fighter. In fact, they're like very like young miniature versions of the main characters, of the original characters. And they look kind of cartoonish and funny. But the combos are very easy. They basically took the characters from Pocket Fighter and made them, you know, kind of fight. I think that's a must-have. The HD remix of Super Puzzle Fighter has to be ported to cell phones. I would love to see the Bluetooth connectivity as well. But yeah, I'm about to go there. I'm about to go there. I'll be there in a minute. Just give me a second. All right. Yeah, like I said, that would be a dope phone cover though. I would love to see that. Especially for like the Pro Max models and I would also love to see a Type C headphone like that's like to the quality of the Sony headphones. I think the Sony headphones that I don't know exactly the model number, but I know it comes with like the original like plug to basically you know, it has even an adapter that you could use that you could like plug it into 3.5 or so yeah, I would love to see that. But like I said, Pocket Fighter is another one. I would love before you like if you were to re-release Pocket Fighter for cell phones. Uh, I don't know how many people are gonna actually support it, but if they were intelligent, they would, because the game is phenomenal. Like, in fact, if you're a beginner Street Fighter player, I highly recommend just playing Pocket Fighter first. You know, the reason I say that is because it's like the easiest one to learn how to play the game. Like, all the combos are easy. All you have to do is press 1-1-1-1-1-1-1 all over again. That does something. 1-1-1-1-2, that does something. You know, it's like real easy. In fact, I think they should bring that kind of combo style, you know, back into Street Fighter, like I said before. But yo, like I said, Marvel vs. Capcom Collection for the cell phone would be amazing. Like, if it was, believe me when I tell you, first of all, people are already have it on their cell phones right now. So that should show you that there is a huge interest for your amazing fighting games. There's no doubt about it. My only thing is that the older fighting games have always been extremely hard. I've always said that, especially for controller players. So any controller players out there that have been beating these joystick players, especially early on, they deserve a lot of props. Because let me tell you something, Super Turbo is not an easy game to win on controller when you're playing a joystick player that's real good at playing on joystick. And I'll never change my mind about that. It wasn't until like maybe I thought maybe Street Fighter 3 where it felt like it was possible on controller regularly. And I would go even further of saying even maybe Street Fighter 4. But like, I'm very upset with Capcom that they're not adding. If like DMC made like if that game Devil May Cry made my bad, man. Yo, my sister's being like real ignorant right now, and it's kind of annoying. So like I said, I think the big mistake that they're making with designing something like which I hope they do, you know, the PlayStation phone. I think that's a brilliant idea, you know, and or even if Microsoft did it, I would. The ultimate icing on the cake would be if Microsoft designed it and they were like, we're gonna get the license so that PlayStation is also available on this gaming phone. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, like, if you want to log into your like Gears of, so you can play Halo like on your phone, you're gonna be able to do that. And I believe it's possible because the Nintendo Switch is basically like PlayStation 3 quality. In my opinion, I don't want to make it sound like it's a bad thing, but PlayStation 3 style graphics in a portable, you know, that even Nintendo sells for like $200 is pretty damn impressive. That's pretty amazing. At that price point, you know, Dragon's Dogma running on that, you know, obviously it's not going to compare to PlayStation 5 RPGs that are similar in playstyle. But let's be realistic though. Like, we're talking about a PlayStation 3 game. Either way, a portable PlayStation 3 is still pretty damn dope. You know, for $200 is amazing. For $300 is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Compared to other computers out there, that's you know, I would love to see that though. No doubt about it. I'm gonna try to stop ranting. I was actually gonna play. So I was gonna bring some other issues that I have with Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I hate the game or anything like that. If I hated the game, I wouldn't be playing the game. What I hate more is that I make mistakes online a lot of the times because of the lag. You know what I'm saying? And either I'll miss combos, or like it looked like they were gonna land in front of me, but then they land behind me because the lag is just like put it like this: the game is the game is so goddamn hard. Well, it's easier than ever before, but like, if they just added a little bit more, way more simplicity to it, and I feel like they, like I said, I've said it over and over again, the pieces that that Capcom has, the pieces of the puzzle, Capcom already has it. They just haven't fully put it together in one game yet. And that's what really upsets me about them. Because if they just put all the pieces together, everyone would be like, Street Fighter's amazing and I always want to play this. You know what I'm saying? And there's no doubt about it. But I think part of what keeps people away from really enjoying it like they should is how difficult I think it is. I think it can give you a little bit more time. When there's an impact, that crush counter system is amazing. I think it doesn't necessarily have to push the opponent so far away back. I think it's hilarious that after getting hit, the opponent does like a 720 or like a Tony Hawk. They do the Tony Hawk and do like the 2.5 spin. You know what I'm saying? I think that's brilliant. But I feel like every attack that lands should cause that. Even a throw. I know a lot of people are like, oh, now you're going too far. It's a throw. Exactly my point. If you really escape the throw the way you're supposed to properly escape the throw, you would not have gotten stunned in the first place. So now you're adding a whole nother, fear in the game. I know maybe I'm sounding a little crazy. I don't want it to obviously be Mortal Kombat 2 damage. Because if it was Mortal Kombat 2 damage, it would be over in about 3 seconds. Which is about the same, you know what I mean? But yeah, like if Xbox did a gaming phone, the icing on the cake for me would be, in my opinion, I know Snail i7s, they did a gaming phone. I fell in love with that. Had it had the L2 and R2 buttons on there and the ability to push in the analog sticks, that would have been the icing on the cake for that. I thought they were like the first company to really branch other than Sony PlayStation. Yeah, my PS is talking to me right now. My bad. I was gonna say, yeah, I really, I really hope that does come out though, man. I'm a huge fan of Sony. I think like their fighting games are the best in the world when it comes to Japanese fighting games. What I really like most about Japanese fighting games is that when you get caught in an attack or a combo, you have to deal with it. You basically have to accept the damage. Whereas the biggest thing that I don't like about American fighting games like Mortal Kombat, not to say that I don't like Mortal Kombat, I just personally don't like that design choice. I thought Mortal Kombat, like, before they had the combo breaker, I thought Mortal Kombat was perfect. I thought it could have been a little bit easier as well. Like, for example, the jab can lead to some of those, like, pop-up combos that, like, for example, a character like Cabal has, where he'll do, like, punch, 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 down punch. Every character can do that. It's very simple. I would add those kind of changes to Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I would remove the infinites that any of the characters have. I would make some of the characters a little bit better. Like, I feel like for a cell phone fighting game, if it was like Mortal Kombat Trilogy revisited, where like, and plus, like, if you guys actually designed that like Pro Max phone cover and that Galaxy S23 Ultra phone cover that has like a dope built-in controller, you know what I'm saying? Are you kidding me right now? I would be like non-stop on my phone all day, every day. Like, I would probably be using it way more than the PS5, to be honest. But it's not that I don't want to use it. I'm saying, like, as a substitute, I'm like, I want to give it a little break. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that would be awesome, man. I would love to see you guys come up with that, like, especially PlayStation. I keep saying I can't say that word anymore. Um, but like I said, Xbox, Microsoft for sure is the one of the few companies out there that would do an amazing job. Believe it or not, I think a Nintendo phone would do an amazing job as well. I think it would do amazing as well. The Xbox, Nintendo phone, if they did one, I think would be doing amazing as well. You get what I'm saying? But I think they have the Switch for that, so they don't really have to risk getting into. The problem, the biggest problem that I see with Sony Corporation right now, computer entertainment, is like they're too busy competing with themselves when they don't have to. I think if they lower the price of the VR2, everyone would want one. Like if it was like more around like $200 or $250, I believe everyone would buy one, no doubt about it. Like I think that's so awesome. You know what I mean? As an additional feature to your PlayStation 5, I think also what would be a good selling point for that would be if they allowed you to make it compatible with PC gamers as well. So like it's a headset they could use on their PlayStation 5, but they could also like use it on something that's even more powerful than a PlayStation 5. And like, yeah, that's all right to say as a Sony fanboy, like a Sony pony, like I can say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I always thought PlayStation, no doubt about it, had some of the best games that were ever made. Like for example, I know it's third party, but like Road Rash, for example, is like one of the best games of all time. And I'm very upset with Electronic Arts that they have not revisited that game. I'm really looking for them to reboot that franchise like on PlayStation 5. I think that would be a dope VR experience as well. I don't know exactly how they would make that a reality. But yeah, that would be awesome, man. I would love to see that PlayStation phone. Like I said, you see people having an amazing time with like League of Legends and all these cell phone games. I'm loving Sonic Jump. Like it's the Sonic the Hedgehog game that all you basically have to do is tilt your phone left and right. I love games like that where I don't even have to press a button if I don't want to. But you can, if you touch the screen, anywhere on the screen, Sonic will jump an additional time. But that's basically all you get. And it's like, if you were playing the Sonic the Hedgehog game vertically instead of horizontally, so you're always going up. And it's like, they did such an amazing job with that. I'm very upset about Pack and Jump though. They did a Pac-Man style game, Namco Bandai, for Apple. When iPhone 3GS was first came out, I was hooked to this game. I bought all the additional content and everything, so I could have like Dig Dug as well on there, or like that fake NASCAR game and stuff, and like Galaga. It was like weird, but I'm very upset that you guys did not do another one. I thought that was like the best app for gaming that was released, around that time. I thought that was brilliant. I really loved it. You know what I mean? Like I said, this gaming phone, the problem with the companies is that they're assuming that it has to be PlayStation 5 quality. Would that be awesome? Like, that would be phenomenal. And if it was, I think they could easily get like maybe around that $2,000 price point. Considering the technology is literally crammed into a phone, but like it really has the power that like if you really wanted to. I'm more particularly interested in it having the Bluetooth battle with the ad hoc. They used to call it ad hoc on PlayStation 5. PlayStation Vita, which I thought was one of the best features. Like if me and someone else had it, we could just kind of like challenge each other without internet. I thought that's like so dope. I wish cell phones also had that feature. Like let's say me and my friend have like Third Strike Online Edition on our cell phones, and like we have no internet. We're on the train station going to New York City or whatever, and we're like, dog, let's play some Third Strike, like, or 30-year anniversary. Like, I'll play some Hyper Fighting right now. Like, that's the ultimate right there. Like, it doesn't have, for me, like I said, if it could play Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and Mortal Kombat 12, as a fighting game fan, I already mentally busted a nut. Like I can't. I'm like you have no idea. This is like the best year. Like this kind of time of all these fighting games come out is like the best time for me. Like I'm a huge competitive. Like I believe in like I love the competition of Street Fighter and fighting games. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of fun. Like you run into a lot of players. There's players that are like real. You know, they'll fight more like Floyd Mayweather, and then you'll run into those dudes that fight more like Mike Tyson type stuff. Like, and that's what's so interesting about the game. Like, everyone has their own style, but they all want to win. You know. But like I said, dude, if I could play Dragon's Dogma on the PlayStation phone or the Microsoft Xbox phone, whatever you want to call it, the X phone. I think the X phone is a dope name for them. Even better feature would be like, you know, if you don't necessarily want to buy it as a phone because you already have, let's say, an iPhone Pro Max, you know, but you still want to get the same, you know, portable Xbox or whatever, you could get it without the phone included, you know. But maybe that's asking for too much. I think both Microsoft and PlayStation could do an amazing job. And the reason why I keep repeating it is that I'm surprised that none of them really pushed for it, other than Razer Kishi. They were the only ones that really believed in the products. And in no way, shape, or form, like I never actually used that product. And it's, you know, not to take anything away from them in any way, shape, or form. I'm glad they believed in the product because I do believe the product is a very dope product. Like, put it like this: all real gamers are gonna want one, in my opinion. Especially if they could keep in communication with all their gamer friends. Like, and make it real easy. Like, even if you wanted to FaceTime your gamer friends, like you could make a little party chat with all your gamer friends looking at each other. You know what I mean? That would be the ultimate right there. You know, and like basically the day you purchase the phone, it comes with the built-in controller. You know, the controller that is the game, the phone cover, phone case. You get what I'm saying? That would be so dope, though, man. I know they really work hard to make it a reality and stuff. But like I said, Street Fighter has all the pieces to the puzzle to be the perfect fighting game that it deserves to be. You know, I feel like, you know, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, for example, like when you just stand nearby your opponent and just press jab over and over again, like you would have to be an idiot to mess that up. And I like that though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there should be more options. I feel like they can bring it back to the way it was in Hyper Fighting, where you get you could do 4 crouching lows, and that does an instant stun. I think like maybe that's going too far now. I would not listen to the last statement I did, but I did like that as a feature in the game. I'm not going to deny that. It was heartbreaking to be the player that got caught by that. But when you actually land it, in your head, you're going, I can't believe I got away with that. Like, I really literally caught my opponent in stun off of like 4 crouching light kick buttons. Like, that's insanity. But like I said, another feature I would add in Street Fighter 3. The way crouching light, crouching short, and crouching my bad. Crouching short, crouching light, and crouching short. The way that was in Third Strike is the way it should be in Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 6. But only for crouching light, crouching short. And like, let's say for example, if you do stand jab. If you do stand jab into, yeah, my bad, man. Especially if you do standing jab, like, it has kind of like that auto combo feel where it could be like, it doesn't necessarily have to be too, like, I studied the game and I know every combo. It could be like, this is my first time picking up a controller, and no matter what combo I do, it'll work. If you get what I'm saying? Like, if the first hit lands, it's going to be like Pocket Fighter, where it's a jab, 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 auto combo. Jab, like it, auto combo. Like, like those Mortal Kombat trilogy style combos. Basically, this is what I'm saying. If you had classics like Mortal Kombat trilogy on the gaming phone, I feel like people could legitimately play that for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I would fix some of the mistakes of the game that were originally programmed. Some of them are pretty funny, like Noob Saibot, but like for ranked, I guess you could ban him. But I would at least, at the very least, like I would take all the infinites out of the game. I would make the combos a little bit better. Like you could do jab into, um, like I said, I think that would be so freaking dope. Like if I could bring Mortal Kombat trilogy with me wherever I go, that would be so dope. I can't deny that. Like as a fighting game fan, like having Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection with me and Mortal Kombat Trilogy, that's a huge bonus for me. Like, because I know anytime I play the game, it's gonna be hilarious. Like they did such a good job. In fact, like Mortal Kombat may be one of the funniest game of all time because of it. Like the sound effects were so brilliant. They were so funny. The sound effects guy really made the game. I believe he was a huge part of the success of the game. They did the sampling they did for the original Mortal Kombat. It sounded like a real kung fu movie, and I don't doubt for a second that it really was. You know what I mean? I know for a fact that that would be dope though. Like I said, if I could bring Dragon's Dogma with me on a cell phone wherever I go, that's phenomenal to me. Like obviously people like Final Fantasy fans are gonna be picking Mortal Kombat, like Final. I'm sure they also pick Mortal Kombat, but like Final Fantasy fans, they're gonna pick like if they re-release 11 or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't necessarily think. I think it more has to do with being able to compete. Like even if it's like Gears of War 1 remastered, like the fact that we're on phones now, like literally playing worldwide at any time. Like we could be at the beach and we're still getting games with like other gamers that have it out there. Like, and it could be like an anonymous battle feature. I would love that kind of feature. Like, I know a lot of people didn't like that, but I don't really care if someone knows that I'm playing Street Fighter. Like that's the least of my worries in life. Is like I don't really care. Like I've been a fan of Street Fighter for like a very long time, and like I said, Tekken, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat for me are like the best fighting games out there. And like I said, I love Samurai Showdown as well. If it was between King of Fighters or Samurai Showdown, I would pick Samurai Showdown. If I could, like let's say I could only have one. I do love King of Fighters 15. If they allowed you to only use one super per match, and it was a true 1 versus 1, I would accept King of Fighters with open arms. But it does need that medium punch and medium kick option. I think it lacks that variety in between like Street Fighter has. And it would be nice to see cross-ups in King of Fighters. I think that doesn't make it a bad game. I think it makes it more complex. But I think the recovery on the roll could be a little bit longer. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but like, another thing I noticed, when you're running, you can't grab. I might be wrong about that, but like if you could run and grab, that would be a huge plus for King of Fighters. But I would also love for King of Fighters to maybe experiment and do like similar to like Street Fighter 4 or how you see with Street Fighter 5, where it's like you do the V skill and it kind of automatically puts you in the next correct position to kind of already attack your opponent. But yeah, man, I really look forward to that. If you guys do that PlayStation phone, please, if you guys make that, man, I really want one. So please, at least put me on the pre-order so I'm guaranteed to get one as soon as they come out. I don't mind paying for it because I love to support Sony like corporation. I think they're like basically when it comes to entertainment, I think they're really the best when whatever they touch You know, if it's headphones, if it's speakers, they're always top quality, amazing quality. You know, it lasts such a long time. My PlayStation Vita still works perfectly fine. The only thing I am gonna say I am very upset with PlayStation right now. And this is the reason why I could not re-download Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max on PlayStation Vita. And what was the other one? Guilty Gear Accent Core, which I think is 100 times better than Guilty Gear Strive. I hate to say it like that, but Angimoto was my favorite character in Guilty Gear, and I just didn't like that he had that super that was half circle, and then like forward punch, and he brought out like this real big fan that he kind of like kind of squashed you with it. I don't know what the hell he does. He like brings out this big fan and it kind of bounces you and then like closing it on you and shit. Like, that was my favorite character. I love that character. I still love the character, but I tried to use him in Guilty Gear Strive, and it didn't feel like the way he always felt, you know. And I think Guilty Gear Strive really could use those auto combos as well. But at any time, if you want, you could stop the auto combo and kind of go in for like a little grab. You know what I'm saying? Like it always kind of like as you're attacking your opponent, it brings you closer to them. Like it does the opposite of what it normally does. You know when people, you know how people say, oh, you guys created that way for the infinites. Obviously there's a limit. The auto combo automatically finishes it. You can't just keep pressing jab and you get what I'm saying? I know it's difficult to make. I personally thought accent. If we could get Guilty Gear Strive playing like Guilty Gear Accent Core, but still have the graphics of Guilty Gear Strive, I think it would be like a way better game. Like, I did love the super animations in Guilty Gear Strive though. They were beautiful. Like, I also love Kai because obviously he plays like just like Ryu and Ken. So like it's kind of stupid for me not to pick Kai. I just thought it was kind of annoying that you had to confirm on the first crouching jab into super. I think a lot of intermediate and beginner players are going to struggle landing that. I know I did, and I feel like I have like a lot of experience with fighting games. So I feel like if you could give a little bit more time, I feel like 2 is good, but 3 is perfect. I feel like if by the third attempt you were unable to capitalize on the offense, then you didn't really deserve to capitalize on, you know, to get the damage. You didn't deserve to get the damage because I feel like 3 is the magic number. But in Mortal Kombat, like for example, in Mortal Kombat 11, there were some block strings that, like, let's say for example, back medium punch. Why does it have to end in a hard knockdown? Why can't it end in a cancelable state where Scorpion really shines? And how about you cannot break out of combos anymore in Mortal Kombat? I would love to see that. I have no problem with the defensive wake-up options. If it was my personal opinion, I would not have them in the game. But everything else is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I thought the weakest thing of Mortal Kombat 11 was the brutality animations. I thought if they had been more like the crushing blow, you know, that would have been the ultimate perfect 10 out of 10. The story mode was fantastic. You know, I think, in my honest opinion, I think WB Games, when it comes to the story mode, does the best job when it comes to fighting game content. Like, not to take anything away from Tekken, I love Tekken. Tekken is amazing as well. The movies in Tekken are brilliant. It brings tears to your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do such a good job. Like, you start to believe, like, Kazuya's real and shit. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, like, as a fan, I should be like, it's just a game, you know, and I'm just a fan. But, like I said, put it like this. If the best we could get on the PlayStation phone is Tekken Tag Tournament 1, I'm very happy. as a fan. It's my phone, and I have Tekken Tag Tournament 1, and any other gamer out there that has the phone, even if I'm on the train going to New York or whatever, I could, like, anonymously battle them, like, on the train, like, in Mortal Kombat Trilogy. And if they put it like this, they don't need the same actors that did the characters for Mortal Kombat Trilogy. All they have to do is remaster it. That way they can make up for some of those animations that were not there in the original game, like Shao Kahn laying on his back. Which is a lot of the reasons why he's banned in tournaments, is because you can't knock him down. So, like, he's like one of the best characters in the game. So, I think I'm about to leave because I'm about to eat. So, I'm most likely gonna play some Street Fighter later. I'm gonna see if I have what it takes to actually still win with Laura online in ranks. But it'll be later on tonight though, for sure though. I'm probably not gonna play directly, like, early on in the day anymore. Even though the internet is way better during the day, I love playing, like, fighting games during the day when people are actually working, like, real jobs. Because I have the, like, entire network to myself, so it's like brilliant. I don't know about anyone else that games during the day like I do, like the loser I am. It's like, no, I'm joking around. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with gaming. In fact, like, I can't be with a female if she doesn't understand that, or is even into that. But at the very least, has to understand that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that would be dope. I would really look forward to that. Like I said, PlayStation, please. I forgot. I can't say that actual word. I have to say PS. Sony, please, or Microsoft, Xbox, if you guys do decide to make the gaming phone, which would be freaking awesome. If you did a Halo edition of the gaming phone, they would be sold out in about 2 minutes. If it had, like, the Master Chief, like, helmet that wrapped around your phone, it would sell out in 2 minutes. Or like a Gears of War edition phone, where, like, it has the cog symbol with the skull in it, and it's like red, but, like, that's the back of the controller, but it still feels comfortable to hold like a PlayStation controller. I feel like PlayStation finally got the right height. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the right shape for big hand guys like me. But I would like to see a little bit, like, deeper, like, rivets where you're actually holding the controller, so it's like better grip. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did add, like, some, but I would like to see it, like, maybe even on the front as well. You know, the front. Maybe I'm asking for too much, but I do love the product though, man. But I would love to see Sony do the Type-C cable. Or at least a dongle, an adapter that comes in with the original model. You know which headphones I'm talking about, that used to be able to plug into the 3.5 millimeter. Used to make, like, I don't know what the model number is. For me, those are the best headphones I've ever used. And I really look forward to getting the Bluetooth model. But to be honest, I prefer to have the cable, because the sound quality is just so much better. It's, like, phenomenal. Like, when I'm away from, my house and I have those headphones on, I'm, like, in a whole nother world. It's so amazing. Like, I don't hear any outside noise or anything. It's just. But yeah, I would like to see something that, like, it's something Type-C, so, like, I could plug it into my Apple tablet, or I could plug it into my, whatever I feel like doing at that time, But I really would appreciate it. I'm a huge fan, you know what I'm saying? I hope you continue being successful in what you're doing, I'm real happy with Capcom USA for localizing Street Fighter as well. It's like one of my favorite franchises for sure. I've watched all the animes and everything. I've bought all the animes and everything. You know what I'm saying? My favorite, personally, was Street Fighter Alpha Generations. I think if you made that the live-action movie, you could film it pretty cheap, especially if you got those guys that filmed that mini movie. I thought the dude that played Ken looked amazing. Like, I mean, that sounded real gay right there. What I mean is that he has the perfect look to be Ken. You know what I'm saying? The dude's hairstyle for Akuma, I thought he was making it too, like, it has to be like the game. No, just make him have, like, that long, curly hair like you see in one of his alternates in Street Fighter 5. M. Bison not being in Street Fighter 6, that's a huge slap in the face. I thought there's a lot of huge, big M. Bison fans. Like, every time I run into somebody that plays Street Fighter, they know somebody that's an M. Bison fan. Like, him not being in the game is ridiculous to me. I really want to see Sean early on, considering he has not been in the game for so long. But I would also love to see Sperm Cell for sure. I would really love to see Sperm Cell in the game. But that's about it. I mean, the video is pretty long right about now. I'm probably gonna play ranked later, but I'm probably not gonna stream most of my matches, just for the fact that it makes my experience way worse, and I get way more lag, and I'm more bound to lose. And I hate losing. I'm sure everyone does. But yeah, hopefully you guys are like hear my idea and consider putting it together, because I think if you just put a decent phone cover, you know, also, you know, I don't know how much better it is if you like solder the battery. I think you could like make it way more. You could last. The reason why they do is like because it lasts longer. But what I noticed with the Xbox controller with that battery pack thing, I noticed that you know, it worked just as good as PlayStation, like on or off the system. Oh yeah, guys, you gotta get KI on PlayStation. I can understand Halo, I can understand Gears of War, but even the older Gears of War and Halo, I would gladly support on PlayStation if they did release it. I don't know if PlayStation will say okay. I believe they will, because it's money's coming in. But I would love to see that like Master Chief helmet on the phone. I think that would be like a big seller for a lot of guys. I personally would get the Gears of War one, even though I do love Halo. I think Halo is like the best first-person shooter that's out, if I had to choose one. But Call of Duty for me, obviously, like I said before, Modern Warfare 1 Remastered and 2, those are the best. I still play Modern Warfare 1 Remastered to this very day. I thought that was the best one. The only thing I liked about Part 2 is that you could put the thermal goggles and you see nothing but like a white shadow. I love that. That was my favorite thing to do. I would lay on the ground. I would lay on the ground where they come out from, like, you know what I'm saying? I would lay on the ground and I just put the thermal on. And anytime I saw anything white, dog, I would go on like 7, 10 games, 10 kill streaks. And I'm trash. I'm trash. There's the dudes that I knew were playing, yo, they were easily dropping 80 kills per game. And I'm talking about before Warzone. I mean, I literally saw him almost drop like 100 kills in one game. And it was, and you would think I was making it up. You know, a close friend of mine, he's like quite possibly the most ignorant Call of Duty player that ever lived, because he could have been making a fortune playing competitively. Any major team would have signed him. I mean, to this very day. I mean, he could easily be getting paid top dollar for it, because he has the talent for it, for sure. I don't think there's anyone that's out there that could beat him. One-on-one? Like I said, he's dropped like easily over 80 kills that I've seen literally in front of me. I didn't believe it until he did it. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe like my friend was actually that amazing at it. Like, he's literally like Rambo, like, you know what I mean? Or like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando, you know what I'm saying? He's like a one-man soldier team, you know what I mean? You know, realistically, obviously, it's a movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a good movie, but you know, in real life, that's not cool, man. You know what I mean? In real life, it's not cool though. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I think I'm pretty much done with the video, man. But you know, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Street Fighter. You know, a lot of times I'm just joking around. Like sometimes, like I'm like a sore loser, so I'm not gonna lie. You know, a lot of times that I lose to these guys, I really do believe it's lag. You know, because they'll do setups that I know for a fact I can stop. Like you know, you wouldn't know how many Laurel players that like did like standing medium punch into command dash and got a command grab on me online. In my head, I'm laughing. I'm like, I can't believe this. Like, this guy actually thinks he's dope. Like in my head, I'm laughing. I'm going, this guy actually thinks he's dope. Like I know I'm dope. He actually thinks he's dope. You know what I'm saying? There's a huge difference. But like I said, please, I really want to see these Capcom collections on the phone natively. The ultimate for me would be if Microsoft was able to show how much pool they have in the industry, where they could be like, we're gonna be able to load PlayStation, Nintendo, and Microsoft on this one gaming phone. Where it's like you load up a profile. I know that's asking for too much because I think all those operating systems are going to take up a lot of space, and that's going to make it run worse. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm already sold on both ideas. I'm sold on the product. If they do come out with it, I hope everyone buys one. I know all the true gamers. I would love to see that anonymous ad hoc battle. Like let's say like I'm on the train and someone else has a PlayStation phone, and like let's say we're playing NBA 2K, I could just do a random anonymous battle with someone who may be on the train station as well. And you know there's gonna be people that like the same games as you, like Madden. You're telling me you can't get like Madden 2006 running on a PlayStation phone? Like, does it matter that the graphics might not be the PlayStation 5? I'm happy I'm able to play Madden 2006 on a handheld. Like, it's basically the same game. You can't tell me it's not. You're telling me we can't get the Xbox 360 version or the PlayStation 3 version? You know I'm right. I would love to see that. I would get Dragon's Dogma on the PlayStation phone, no doubt about it. And a whole lot of other phones. But please, I don't mind you guys making an outrageously high price for this PlayStation phone or Xbox phone, whatever the hell you want to call it. But for Christ's sakes, you know what I'm saying? I really would like to see that reality. I forgot what my original train of thought was. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go eat, so, like, I'm basically done with the video. But I have been neglecting playing ranked. And, you know, I do feel like playing some Tekken 7 especially. So, I hope they didn't change the characters too much in Tekken 8. I love that Bruce Lee has the nunchucks, but how about you give him the nunchucks in Soul Calibur only? And how about for Soul Calibur, there's no block button. Just blocking like Tekken 7 blocking. You know what I'm saying? And I feel the same way about Virtual Fighter as well. If Virtual Fighter didn't have the block button, I think way more people would play it because everyone knows those characters. In fact, Virtual Fighter, if I'm not mistaken, was out before Tekken came out. The only problem with Virtual Fighter was they never adapted and they never went with the trend that people liked. Nobody likes the block button. For Mortal Kombat, it makes sense. The game was ridiculously fast at first, especially during Trilogy. But like, if we could get those kind of games on there, dog, do not feel bad. It doesn't have to be Mortal Kombat 11. But if it was Mortal Kombat 11, I mentally just busted a nut in my head. Like, I mentally just busted a nut if I could play like Mortal Kombat 11 on my phone at all times natively, and it looked like super dope. If it was like portable PlayStation 5 quality, easily I believe they could get easily 1,500 per unit. For like 1 TB, I would probably maybe even do 2. Like if I was working, guaranteed. Like if I was working, no doubt about it, I would spend that. No doubt about it. Not even thinking twice. You know what I'm saying? But I really hope they do it, and I hope everyone supports it. Like I said, Nintendo could probably even get away with a Nintendo phone, but I think they should just add some sort of feature where the same app that works on Google Play works on Nintendo Switch, but it works through connecting to the other player. That way, like a parent could call their kids a Nintendo Switch. I think that would be an awesome feature for them to add. Where like you might not want to, get them a cell phone because it's expensive, but you also want to be able to communicate with them, and they're going to be on the Switch. And like I said, before they make that Mario sequel, I would love to see Luigi's Mansion first, and hopefully they're quick enough to do it by this Halloween, because I'm getting all those Nintendo movies on Blu-ray. I don't care how immature that sounds. That shit for me is dope. I hope they make a Little Mac movie, man. I keep saying it, but I would love to see a Punch-Out movie. That would be so hilarious. The characters from that franchise are awesome. Like the hippo guy, where you punch him in his belly and he falls down and he can't get up because he's so fat that he can't get back up. I think that's hilarious. But like I said, I don't want to make the video too long. I apologize for that. But hopefully they do listen to me though, for sure.